Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. Welcome if you're new. Welcome today to a video that is long overdue, and so my apologies. First of all, this is a tag video. This is a video tag video. I haven't done very many of these, obviously, so please grant me some flexibility as I kind of fumble my way through this. So I was tagged in a video. The original video, it's hashtag my journal journey. It's a crafting tag. And the original video, I believe, is from the Crafty Bookworm. Okay. I was tagged by my dear friend Kari over at the Concrete Butterfly, and sweet, beautiful friend. She messaged me beforehand and said, hey, I want to tag you in this. Would it be okay? Like, I know it's a time commitment. Do you have the time to do it? And I was like, sure, I'll absolutely. Like, thank you for thinking of me. And like, I cannot get my life together enough to put this video together. So my apologies. But here we are today. So, Kari, thank you so much. And I am going to tag sweet Lydia at February and June, who I have also asked ahead of time. And she said yes. So here we go. I will list the channels below. I will list the original video below, so you can go and watch that if you want. I will list Kari's channel below. If you haven't already watched her channel, her video, she tagged me like literally a month ago, so I do apologize. And then sweet Lydia, will be next, whenever next is. Friends, it's whenever next is. Okay, we have 11 questions to go through. It's literally about your journaling journey, right? And so part of the hold up, if you will, is this first question. And so it took me a while. So this first question will take the longest, and it might walk us through all 10 as we go. Okay. So the first question is, when did you start making journals? And if you still have it, please show it. Okay. So I went to get my first journal. Now, I don't really know when that is, honestly. I mean, I tried to journal as a little girl. Like, there's all sorts of stuff, right? But if we're going to talk about my recent adult journey, this is it. And ironically, as I went through my journals and I pulled them out and kind of put them in order for you, look at this beauty right here. And it says the journey begins. And this is, I think, technically my first journal. Now, I have about 7 here to show you. I'm not going to show you every page, obviously, or anything, but I'm going to walk you through this. This journal in particular, I remember, it's just a used book. It's like a old workbook, if you will, with like newspaper pages, if you will. Very I don't know. It's just a paperback manual, honestly, that I got at the thrift store probably for $0.25. Okay, it is a hot mess. I put some paper over it, and I put a hole in this top corner and some ribbons. I love going through my old journals because I was like, girl, that was a great idea. I really love how you did that. And I haven't done this since, so I love it. Now, this journal, so first of all, a lot of these pages are like ripped. Okay, you'll see this. I have Mod Podge on a lot of these, and I stack my journals flat. Well, a lot of these were stacked flat. There's a lot of pressure on them pushing down. So not the way to store your journals. Probably don't need to Mod Podge your pages either, especially in those hot climates. I know it never dries. So, so this journal, I want to make sure I have you. Let's see if I can just, and again, this is a large size. So ironically, a lot of these, okay, this is 11 by 9, 8.5 by 11. It's a workbook. It was like a how to read your retirement benefits or something like that. Okay, so the first thing I did was I glued a bunch of pages together, like 3 or 4, because they're paper thin. So that's the first thing I did. So I'm just going to kind of get through here. Now, when you're talking about making a journal, I mean, I didn't make this journal, but like, the structural book of it, but this is kind of where I was at. I was really experimenting. Again, I was coming from scrapbooking. Excuse me as I stay hydrated. I was doing a lot of work in therapy. personally and professionally, like, and I was trying to make this transition into this art journal thing, this art that had no purpose and no finite thing. Like, you didn't have to be a drawer, you know what I mean? And so I'm just learning to play with paints and like, but so much of this I can see in my current journals. Now, interestingly enough, if you, again, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been following along, you know, in my current daily journal, I have been trying to do a prompt, using an item a day, and last month was stencils. And so you can see here, I was using stencils, and this is a lot of where I got really stuck in my current journal, is because this is like how I normally use them, is just for art, like background. Here's some stencils, but I'm incorporating like my scrapbook paper and different types of tape and like, and texture and staples. And these pages are super thick. There's like, again, 3 or 4 glued together. Here's a paper clip. So this is 2011. And I'm just, look, okay, here's a good picture. Look at all these pages I tried to glue together. Look at them all. I mean, egads, Allison. There's like 6. Yeah. See, it's like a workbook of, again, retirement benefits or something. I don't know. And so, but oh my gosh, I loved this book so much. I mean, oh gosh, I just love it. I was working a lot of stuff out without physically writing. Again, I've always done my writing separately. It's for a lot of reasons. But I'm trying to process, right? This, like, art is not a thing, it's a way. Trying to process this and like just enjoying it. It's definitely a journey for me. But look at this creature that I made. Is she not beautiful? And a fun little paper clip with some, like, you can see a lot of what I still do or whatever is stuff I've done forever. Here's another creature. I don't know. Here's that favorite stencil that I showed you guys recently. This is sandpaper. I absolutely love sandpaper. Now, this I can tell you was inspired, I think, by She Art by Christy Tomlinson. I hate how she turned out, but because I painted over her, I loved her outfit and her dress. She's not formed well or anything, but I made this striped dress, and then I had this, I just wrote, like, she had lucky boots and a feather hat. I have no idea, but I'm learning to, like, be okay with just the art of it. And then kind of like having a quote, and then like, yeah. And some of these, I think, I don't know. So here's some stamps, like I'm incorporating stamps, stencils. Some of these pages I'm in love with. Look at. Okay. Oh, here's another whole page that we didn't even. Yeah, so a lot of this is inspired also by Melody Ross. And she was doing like a Brave Girl workshop. I loved her. I loved watching Melody. She has ebbed and flowed out of my awareness and like how much she's on social media. These are like little peas. Yeah, a lot of this is inspired by her. Just incorporate, you can see the pages are stuck together. This is like, how did we do that distress? I don't know. I don't remember. It says fish out of water. Sometimes I feel like it. Here's my favorite punch of all times. Right here, 2011. So you can see what is my great thing inspired by this quote. I remember making this page. Something had happened and I was very, like, kind of emotionally triggered, and I ran, literally, like, went straight to my journal, and I was like doing this because this again was a lot of like processing and therapy stuff. A lot of the art, a lot of the things I do in therapy are art related. A lot of the things I did in my own therapy were art related. This is a page about my cosmic chef and like intention, but I never finished it. This page I absolutely love. This would have been journaling, right? Love it. So this is, yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I guess it started is 2011. Up until this point, I was doing, I love this page. Oh my gosh, so much. Yeah, your body hears everything your mind says. Stay positive. I love it. I absolutely love some of this. I was just, again, kind of playing with different colors and nothing in mind, right? This is one of my favorite pages of all time. And I just became okay with that. Having pages I like and having, see here, I stenciled this background. I used that scrapbooking paper and drew in the lines and then did marker. And then the journaling here just says like slow journaling helps me stay or become grounded. As I try to heal those around me, I realize I need to start healing me. One of the ways I'm learning to heal myself is with journaling. So I'm opening up to the possibilities through art, and journaling allows things to come out without talking. Yeah, I absolutely love this page. I mean, I remember making this page. Here was another start to a page, obviously not finished. You know, same thing here. Tons and tons and tons of layers. This is painted and like gesso probably. And this was a, this was a map of something. I remember needing to rip it up and put it in different places. Like I remember very clearly I was not happy with it being together. These are envelopes just with fun stamps on it and color. Yep. Just playing around, playing around. So that's 2011. Look at this, like a masterboard almost, right? You guys, look. Here's an envelope with like stenciling on it. Look at this fun masterboard. Look at this. But again, you can see I'm working out my own process here, right? Like, no, you're not crazy. And doing a lot of work. I remember making these pages. This is paper towel. This is extra paint on paper towel and stamps. This one didn't, I never finished her, and this was going to be her hat, and like, I really like this. Oh, this brings back great memories. This was great. Yeah, I guess we'll save that. This is very bumpy and textury. I'm not too sure if it's picking up on camera. Look at this one, you guys. I remember this page as well. So this is a very fun envelope we got from whatever, probably credit card or something. It's super gorgeous. Look at this page. That is stunning. I love this page. Well, let's just start with the background, shall we? It's orange. Here is a little notebook I made out of a paper bag, and journal. Here's the bottom of the paper bag. See, it's gessoed or painted, and some paper I put in there from a little journal. Yeah. And so that's really my first journal that I made. So we'll go more quickly through the rest. I don't even know where to put these, you guys. I do not have space. Okay, we're going to make a new pile right there. Okay, so that's 2011. Here's another one from 2011. So the second question, I know that was question 1. No, the second question is, did someone inspire you? And if so, who? So I've talked a lot about that, and I'll continue to talk about that. So I think I'm going to like kind of weave these answers throughout the talking, right? So yeah, I've talked about being inspired by like Melody Ross and Christy Tomlinson. And then the next question, I think I should maybe give you, well, one of the questions I'm going to skip, I guess. I'm going to skip around. One of the questions is, do you like prompts? So just keep that in mind, because the answer is clearly yes. And I might figure out, and I don't know how, if you go back to my very first YouTube video ever on YouTube, I never was a journaler. I never meant to even have a YouTube channel. I only created my YouTube channel to respond to a video, and it was a prompt video. Anyway, I think I've shared that before, but anyway, I do like a prompt. Now, I have also talked about that. Why is that? Well, partly for me, I think it's because I have a problem kind of getting started or using things in a different way. And so if I have a prompt, then I can respond to it. Now, sometimes that's a collage prompt, sometimes that's a journal prompt, sometimes that's, color, whatever, or a challenge. Like I'm using kind of like an item of the month as a challenge. That is another almost word for prompt, if you will. Okay. So anyway, here is another journal. This one is another store-bought book. This is like they used to sell them at the bookstore, like Barnes and Noble. It's a hardback book, and it had plain white pages in it. And I used to actually make these books for people. I used to buy the book and then cover them like as a gift for people. So hopefully theirs were better than mine. I think when we just write in our journal. So this, I don't remember what this is. So let's, the reason I brought this up is, do you like prompts? So I was clearly following prompts. I think these are from Melody Ross. Okay. And it was weekly prompts. So here's a whole page of them. What will it do in my life to close my soul for restoration? Yes. So these are all from Melody Ross. She had a class called like soul restoration or something like that. What are some of the lies that have hurt my soul? What am I seeking? What is the truth about experiences that have destroyed my house? Okay. So here are journal answers, right? And then I'm playing around, like, look right here, trying art. Cause I'm just not too sure. Here's corrugated cardboard painted to get, I'm just not too sure. Okay. So I'm trying out some art. There's a lot of journaling in here. Yes, this is definitely Melody Ross. Look, art is therapy. And those little P's again, trying art. Okay, so I do love some prompts. Yeah, week 3. So these are all very clear journaling, like more writing journaling, right? And so, but she gave us these sheets. I printed them out and cut them, into pieces. Letter to yourself, letter to others, letter to, I don't know. Yeah, right? So you can see I'm playing around a little bit. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Yep, this is what I dreamed about last night. I had a very vivid dream, and it says, yay, art is coming out of me. Just be me. Yeah, so lots of prompts. This was like again, soul restoration healing class that she did online. So here is one of my She Art girls, and that's inspired by Christy Tomlinson. So I was working on making these little kind of paper doll things. I have a whole journal of just these and quotes. I ended up liking this so much. I made like a whole journal of just making these and like putting a quote on a page. Yeah, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. I mean, solid, yes. Yes to that. Yep, so see how it's stuck together? But again, this is paper towel, Mod Podge, everything. Egads, Allison, what is that? That's a self-portrait of our family. Oh my gosh. I mean, I didn't draw it. Like it's off some ad or something and then I added to it or whatever. I don't know. Again, playing around. This is stamping and painting. This was fun. I forget how I got this on here. It might have just been paint, but regardless, as a child, we did this very easily. And as an adult, it does not come easily for me. But you just put paint on one side and then do this and then get that, right? You remember that. But I remember playing with that and having to like remind myself to play. I am not my current condition. This is big. Yep. Yep. Again, the process and working it out, right? This is me kind of doing my, look at this. Whoa, look at the colors. Yes to this. Look at that right there. That's one of my least favorite punches, and it's absolutely stunning on that. So again, this is where, again, I'm more comfortable stenciling in kind of like this as opposed to that daily journal. What's your next chapter? And I put, I will be brave, but in a different way. Here's my favorite punch. It's coming. It is worth it. And so am I. Yep. So this was like really more art journaling. This was, again, this is some prompts from Melody, or printouts rather, from Melody Ross. Again, just playing with art. Oh yeah, look at, this is, yep, therapy. Yeah, but it's very rough. This is, again, paper towels layered on here, stenciling paint, acrylic. This is thick cardboard, maybe a tissue box or something. I mean, it's thick. I don't know, some packaging of something. This is a good one. Let the universe create through me. So again, these girls I'm making and cutting out. This is, oh, I loved it. This is so much fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is dated July of 2012. This is dated June of 2012. So this is a year later, like that I'm still trying, November of 2012. So do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you will be criticized anyway. By Eleanor Roosevelt. I remember making this page. I remember what I was processing at the time of making this page, and what went into it. Right. I love this page. It like speaks to my soul. So, so this is a year later. Yeah. So you can kind of see just playing around with paints and stencils and whatnot. Doodling. Okay. So that's another like pre-bought book journal thing. Okay. All right. This one, I think we go back. Okay. This is summer of 2011. Again, I'm just playing with art, and I remember making this page. I mean, it brings back an instant memory. I remember where I was. I remember this is a beautiful journal. This book I loved so much. So see here, friends, this is that same stencil, that paper, or maybe I just doodled it. I'm not too sure, but yeah, and then I journaled around it, and then, yep. So kind of more art journaling. We'll flip through a little bit. Like, these are gorgeous pages. Like, the book is gorgeous. I remember buying this at like a TJ Maxx or something. It's, oh, see, it's coming undone. Oh, it was stapled is why. So we might have to, I hear something like almost falling behind me. So if it crashes, because the opinion of which other people have of you is their problem, not yours. Yeah. So again, art journaling, look at her. Oh, I love this page so much. But again, I'm struggling. I struggle writing on these pages. Like, gosh, I love this page. I wish, this is like, oh, I remember. Yep. So dark page, it says, this is what I can think of and feel like if I don't work on staying positive. Sometimes the work I do seems pointless, and my sadness and anger that I feel towards others and my fear for the future of this world get away from me. So I put it in here, then I can dump it and turn the page and return to happy. And here's my happy page. And that was all it took to kind of process out those emotions of what some of the trauma and stuff I was holding here And it has nothing to do with like specific images. It was just images I found that kind of represented it. And then this is like light and happy and releasing positive energy. And I didn't even need to journal on here. Like, I absolutely love it. I don't know what this is. I know what it is. I don't know what this is. And this was going to be a monthly calendar. So here you have a very first view of a monthly view in an art journal from me. This was going to be a monthly calendar. Is that not fun? We may be going back to something like this because I'm totally inspired. I'm not going to stack this on top of the other one that I just stacked because it's kind of falling. So, okay, here we go. Here's another. This is the same book as two ago. Bought it at like Barnes & Noble. Hardback, just plain paper. And this literally, you guys, look, I have to tell myself, just try it. Just try it. Now, we're sticking with the prompt of, do I like prompts? So again, it's full of prompts. Okay. Now I'm not too sure I did all of these, but we're going to get there quickly. Okay. So again, 2014, here's another, see, I'm still making those little girls. These are like library pockets. You're seeing more, but again, look at these pages, you guys. I wish. Okay. So we may come back to some of these and rip these out because this is like usable paper, and I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I know I ripped up my last journal. Some of you were like, wow, that's brave of you. And some of you were like, that's awesome, do it. And some of you were like, oh, I would have kept it in my book. So let me know your thoughts. Like, if you go back through an old journal, would you rip out these pages? Because we could use them in a journal, right? That's a double-sided, totally usable piece of paper. And I'm not going to go back. I will not go back into this journal and journal on these pages. That's what I'm not going to do. Okay. But look at this, do your best. So this page, as an example, I wouldn't touch because it has this on the back and I love this. No, it's not done, but it is at the same time. Yep. So some of these are really cool. See, I'm making these little girls still. And some of the, look at that, look at this. Journal boxes. Again, this is one of the stencils that I showed you guys. So there's questions. This is one of my favorite pages ever. Punch. This is my punch. So pretty. Material things I enjoy and things I love to look at and things I would love to have or try. So I didn't ever do this book. I never did the prompts that I glued into this book. This is just, so this book we may cut up. Look at little ruse drawings. Oh my gosh. So stinking cute. Oh, look at this. This is a hot mess. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Look at this though. What fun. Okay. Now I have here DPR 43. I don't know what DPR is. Daily. I don't know what DPR is. So if some of you can remind me, that'd be great. Because it's obviously a prompt. Look at this. So, oh, you guys, this is also one of my favorite stamps. Do you guys know what it is? Comment below if you know what that is. All right. Look how gorgeous. I feel like we have to rip this book up. We might do that on camera. Okay. It'll be like a magazine harvest, but a journal harvest. Again, playing with people. Love it. Look at this. I mean, yes, I love this. But again, look at behind. This is a masterboard almost, right? Of this piecing together of all this paper. Vitality shows not only the ability to persist, but the ability to start over. So this says December of 2013. Yep, lots of fun stuff. When you're open to receiving them, the possibilities are endless. There's lots of fun pages in here. Lots of not so fun pages. This is fun. Like a waterfall paper thing. Here's another kind of masterboard, if you will. Didn't know what we were doing at the time, but you know. So DPP number 43. Okay, journal challenges. So right here, these were weeks, and then they had prompts at 4 prompts a week, 6, I don't even know. You can see how far I got, week 3. But I loved, first of all, can we talk about the scrapbook paper that I cut up to put in here? Yes. So right here it says journal challenge. I do love a challenge. Dripping paint. Yep. The art bar. Yep. Art starters. Love this page or these pages. Love them. Why? Probably the color, right? Super fun though. This is stamping that I did and cut them out individual leaves. Same thing here. Love it. First days of summer. So again, another look at a monthly view, if you will. Not a whole month, but oh my gosh, right here, 2013. Yep. Look at this, you guys. Look at this beautiful pocket in here. And it is, I think, going to be in here forever unless I cut this whole thing out. We could use this whole thing. I don't know. Here's a haiku. DPP number 42. So this was, and this is December of 2013. Didn't finish. Oh, here's her head. I was like, look, they were going to be like, I don't know. This was an anniversary page, 2012. Here's another monthly view that was going to be. See, so my brain is like, this is interesting for me. I was already thinking about this sort of stuff, right? Love the Dilutions stamps. Look at that quote, you guys. Oops. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. How powerful is that? Here's a whole page about I am. This was a prompt though, like, yeah. Look at this tracing of this stencil. I love that on there. Here's another kind of girl I'm making with a, look at this fun envelope, you guys. Look at this. My paper, my ledger paper that I still love. And these flowers. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, so I did another page and then I think I recreated it in here, or I made this one first, but this was a give thanks page, and so I made an envelope and then we wrote all of our thankful stuff on it on these pieces of paper. They're not on this. This is just a fake one, right? And then they all go in the envelope. Isn't that fun? Yep. So, yep. There. Oh, a monthly view. Look at that. Stenciling. And the end of 2013. And here's December. I don't know. It's mixed up, right? Oh, look at my little Rue's hand. 2013. Oh my gosh. I love this page so much. Okay. This is all windows out of envelopes, obviously. And I'm not too sure. Oh, I did. So I think I left some of them open to tuck stuff in. That's fun, Allison. What a cute idea. But it also has this cutout right here, which is actually a window to a window on the other page. Okay, here are, that's my favorite prompt. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at her. She deserves. Oh, you're stuck in there, aren't you? See, I feel like, well, I'll leave her in here. I feel like we're going to come back and harvest this thing. Okay, here are prompts. DLP. Okay, so here's some of the prompts. Windows on a page. So let's go back because I think that's this one right here. There you go. Oh. Well, here I have DPP number 2, but right here it says number 2. So windows on a page. Paint a rainbow. So I don't know where to find them here, but I tagged them here somewhere. So yes, I love a challenge. We would have to go through here with a little bit, but I didn't do them all, obviously. Like stamp circles I know is one of them, but 61 prompts, and there's a little mandala. Oh, DPP number 23. 23, draw a mandala right there. Little Rue. Super fun. Super fun. Okay, so I haven't done much of, let's see what we've done. When did you start making journals? We're going to say 2011. Did someone inspire you? We're continuing to talk about that. What's your journal style? Well, we're going to continue to talk about that because it's progressing. You can see it's totally okay. Let's talk a little bit more. I'm still kind of on when did you start? So I want to show you. This is the journal I pulled because this is when I thought I started journaling. So when I went to go through all my journals, this is what I went for. Okay. Now, this is a year and it is as thick as my months now. Okay. Now, this was a very specific journal. This was Documented Life 2014, and I absolutely loved it. And they did 2015 and then it went away, and I loved it so much. Okay. Every week there was a prompt, there was an art technique and something else. So like the first prompt was my door. So like I took a picture of my door. It's completely faded now. I wrote, this is my front door. Not a great picture, but a place to start. It represents us, a crazy busy family that has an uncarved pumpkin out still in February. Oh my gosh, look how faded it is. We still have our pumpkins out and a February flag out. And we lived in California. And then on the inside, I wrote, this is the door, like a vision of the door, what my porch should look like. Okay, so you had a prompt a week, and then they had you work in this calendar, this planner. It wasn't this one though. Like I couldn't find the one they wanted. I think it was a Stayology or whatever it was. It had a weekly layout here and notes here. So I actually started late because I couldn't find it, and I ordered this one off Amazon and I absolutely loved it. This is a picture of me right after I got glasses. Oh my gosh, that is horrid. Yeah, but I started late. So whatever the prompt was, so you can go back and see right here, envelope is number 3. So I made this envelope, or here's an envelope. Yep. Look at this scrapbook paper, you guys. It's heaven. And here's another envelope. Okay, so as you go through here, there's prompts. So look, we're still in February. This one was obviously tags, right? This whole prompt was tags. So they had an art prompt. They had colors maybe. I can't really remember. And then you had weekly notes. So when I got caught up, this one is flap to flap. Look at this. So we just kept flapping. Look at this. Oh my gosh, what fun. What fun. And what fun to go back and, I mean, everybody's was different, and you would post it on Facebook, or I guess Facebook. I didn't have YouTube. So you would go back and you would post it and see, you'd write about your week here. You'd do the prompt on this side. I don't know. Look at this. That's a doodle bird. A doodle. Yeah. This was, my little Roo did a doodle bird. Oh, let's see. I think I wrote them. Let's see. I don't know. So anyway, this is 2014. This was a year. So yeah. So then as we go through the week, now this was not my planner. Okay. Like I had a like a planner. This was documenting. Look at the beautiful punch. Ah! So see right here. So this week was random acts of kindness, and I made a little tag for each day that and what I did for a random act of kindness. Yep. This one was thread. So I started writing the prompts on some of them so you can see. So yes, I love a good prompt, apparently. Oh my gosh. Yep. Memorial Day. So the next question is, what's your journal style? And I would say this is pretty close to my journal style. Now this is interesting for me because this is a very long time ago, and I'm going to show you some more journals, and I think I've come back to this. Like, I think I've kind of, see, but like that I'm tempted to cut out. This prompt was feathers, and I didn't have feathers, and so I cut out nails, like from a nail polish ad, to make feathers on this guy. Look at this. That's some Dollar Tree washi right there, friends, and my favorite punch of all time. Some of these are done and some of these are not done. This is one of my favorites. This is more art journaling for me, like drips and dribbles, but it was supposed to represent all this stuff. And I stopped, yeah, I don't know. Here's like the weekly days. Oh yeah, colors I never use. Gross and grosser. Okay, question number 3 is, what's your journal style? So I would say that's closer to it. I don't have a journal style. Now, I want to just show you these really quickly. If we're going to talk about kind of how I currently journal now in my daily creative, this is where I would say I started. So January of 2016 is when we moved from California up to Washington. I didn't have any of my supplies. They were all in storage. We were in like corporate housing, if you will. I was following the Reset Girl, and she did a daily list journal. And I have things in here like shopping lists. I have, this was like, yeah, I mean, this was a daily journal. January 2nd, we drove and moved to our new house. And so I was learning to, I don't know. I don't know what this is. So this is, but these are daily. This is my first attempt at a daily. Here's a restaurant we went to. This is my first attempt at a daily journal, and it's in a composition book. And I mean, it also has notes in it, and there was some, I don't know what, dividing of pages, trying to structure it or something. I'm not too sure. That's January, February, maybe of 2016. Here is May, also in a composition book, no cover. You can see I am moving towards May of 2016. So this is more what we used to call like a Fibonacci. And I was washing the sides. Now this is, I would say very close to some of what. Now this is, I was following some prompts. Again, we're on like, do you like a prompt? Yes. You know what I like? I like being told what to do. And so I know, I know what to do right, if that makes sense. And that is part of what is hard for me with art. I would like for you to tell me the assignment so I can complete it correctly, if that makes sense, right? So D&D was like doodle. There was a section each day. There was a section each day for like don't look. Oh no, that's not it. Something D&D was daily something. Here's a list section. D&D. It was like doodle and draw section maybe. I don't know. There's a listing section. Yeah, D&D. It's like doodle and draw maybe. My spirit animal was the prompt. They would post it on Facebook if I remember. Please help me, friends, because I want to give credit where credit is due. Yeah, there was a doodle section, a listing section, a journal section, a check what I did section. So you could see I went ahead and sectioned out. There was a section for weather, the day, and a date. This is my first kind of attempt at daily journaling. And it was, I don't know what that is. But so that was June. This is a year later. So this is June 2017. Now I'm in the same composition book. So I either bought a set or I went back and got more. Target probably. I don't know. Now I have a title on the front. Ironically, I don't have what month. I have right here the year. Okay. So now we are in definitely what I would call a Fibonacci. Now this I know is heavily influenced or like I was, you know, in the Fobonichi group, and we have a lot of things getting documented. Now, this is very similar to some of Elizabeth's old journals, I know. But again, we have weather at the top, we have date. I was still trying to do like a doodle a day. I remember making this. There's a list a day. I was still like in this prompts. My favorite shows on YouTube, Crafts and CrossFit. Yeah. Then watched House of Cards. Gosh, I love that show. Oh, I'm so sad it went away. But document about my days. This is heavily like influence. I remember watching, you know, Elizabeth's videos as well. Sharing about like, what is this? Cutting out stuff on the internet. Yeah, sharing Happy Mail. Okay, so this is kind of when it kind of solidified into a daily journal practice, and it was heavily influenced by the Fobonichi group and all the journaling groups on Facebook. Okay, this is really where I was headed with all of that, and I was posting a lot on Facebook, a lot of these pages. So there was some sort of questions here, vacations I want to take. Again, we're still documenting kind of weather and stuff at the top. Yeah, look at this. What fun. So 1 page a day. Okay. So, oh, sweet Christy. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. What great pages. I love these. Maybe I'll go back to comp book. So interestingly enough, though, the reason I pulled, well, this one's like my first, what I would say close to what I do now. There are no pictures in here. I was not putting pictures in my journal at all, and it's relatively flat. Okay. So that is 1 month, and it's, relatively flat. Okay. So we will leave this here as we go through the rest of the questions. Okay. So did someone inspire you? Yes. So we've talked about that. What's your journal style? Well, I would say, Hot Mess Express. I don't even know, because this has gone from, this is June of 2017. This is June currently that we're in right now. It won't even shut. This is still a pre-bought journal, ironically, because I prompted myself this month and chose that. But normally I make them, which you guys have seen. Do you use a theme to get started? I don't use a theme necessarily, except I would say for the month itself. Now, I am a little bit of a themed girl. And so like November, I'm going to choose different papers than June. Okay. I have a closet full of scrapbook paper, and I want to use it. So I'm going to pull a lot of that scrapbook paper. That's normally what I make most of my journals out of, with the exception of January and July. I want to use that scrapbook paper up. And so I'm pulling different themes, if you will. So I would say I'm more of a theme, like color, energy type theme. And yes, I use Halloween paper for October and whatever, because I have it. So that's what kind of theme I use to get started. How long does it take you to make a journal? Again, if we're talking about, which is really the only journaling I make right now, is like my monthly journals. I would say an hour-ish, depending on if I film the whole thing for you guys or if I don't. This one took less because I bought it pre-made. It was an already made journal. Now, if we're talking about a different journal, whoops, I'm knocking stuff over. If we're talking about a different journal, like this one that I'm making as my thrift shop project, this one's taking months. because I put it away and then I come back to it and then I put it away and I come back to it. Now, this is not my normal theme of journal, which is another reason I want to challenge myself to make these. I wanted to film them for you guys to prove you can make it out of anything, and go grab $5 or $10 of stuff from the thrift store and make a journal. But it's also a challenge for me because this is not what I would normally pull or how I would create a journal. So like this color theme, I'm not normally a neutral girl. I am absolutely, however, in love with this journal. So it's a good thing for me to try. Okay. So how long does it take to make a journal? I would say, like, again, an hour, but I can take up to forever. Like, I could work on it a little bit at a time every week and never get done with it. So what's the first thing you do when making a journal? I normally choose my paper. The inside of the journal is what, there's a little tiny bug in here, and I'm so sorry if you see him, and it's bothering me. So, that's so strange. The paper on the inside of the journal is what matters most to me, because that's going to dictate the month, if you will. The cover I can always change. So, I think the first thing I do is choose paper. Now again, June's a good example of that. I chose this journal because of the paper, because my prompt was stencils. In my other journals, like I said, my monthly journals, I will probably choose paper, like Halloween paper. I'm just, as an example, more Christmassy for December, obviously. So I think the first thing I do is choose a journal. Now, obviously, choosing a size, I tend to go with that scrapbook piece of paper folded in half, and you're going to get a 9x6 out of that, right? I'm sorry, you're going to get a 6-inch width with that. And you get to decide the length, and I normally end up somewhere around 9. Okay, so I normally decide the size and the paper first. What style cover do you prefer? So this is interesting. I'm looking up at my row of journals. I tend to go with scrapbook paper. So I usually choose a cardstock. Sometimes I tape them. Sometimes they're a little bit stiffer. But I'm really, really, really in love with a soft cover recently. And so I've been enjoying making softer covers. And every once in a while, like, I just get an inkling, and I know I want to make a soft cover that month. It's no more complex than that. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a feeling. So, the next question is, if it's a soft journal, what materials do you use? Well, I tend to use a packaging envelope from Amazon or something close to it. I have used the envelope and then covered it in paper. I've also used the envelope and covered it with like a dish towel and sewn that on. But if I'm going to make a soft cover, it's normally a padded envelope from, we'll say, Amazon, for lack of another name. But any shipping envelope will do. I'm trying to look. Now, that being said, I have a few things here that I want to use and I haven't yet. Okay, but I've already showed them to you. But like, this is an example. This is a pillowcase, and this will be a journal cover, or a few journal covers, right? But I want to use this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's already quilted. It's nice and like thick. So this may be a journal very, very soon. I don't know how soon, but very soon. So if soft, what materials? I mean, I would say the packaging envelope, but I would say definitely fabric. And I don't know what you consider soft, because again, I'm just using paper for mine. I regularly don't use a box or something like cardboard. So essentially mine are usually soft, I guess, but I don't consider those soft compared to a packaging envelope or like material. Okay. The next question is ephemera. Do you use, like, for your ephemera, do you use a kit or do you use your own? Ooh, girl. Okay, I use both. I am a big kit person. Now, what do I mean by that? I love a thing that comes together that everything matches, because I used to really love that for scrapbooking. So when I did that, I could, let me see, I'm going to move these right here. What would be considered a kit? Any of these scrapbooking pads would be considered a kit. Okay. Now, it's not a full kit, but they have cards and cutouts. I have plenty of full kits of things in my scrapbooking piles. I'm trying to see if I have one right here at my feet. Again, I didn't get out everything that I could have prepped for this, but this is an example of how I keep my scrapbooking things. I keep them labeled by theme, and this has the wrong sticker in it, but I'm trying to see if I even have a kit in here, and I do. This is a fun kit, maybe 2 kits. Okay, here's a kit. Here's another kit. So I used to scrapbook like this. I still love these because it's just so easy. They come with paper, they come with embellishments, stickers, okay? All of this kind of fun stuff. I really enjoy this. Now, I still struggle with like not wanting to get up and pull the exact perfect thing every time. Because, you know, could I use this quote on this week? Of course I could. We had a sunshine day. It's great. I could use that, but I tend to keep it in here. So I like a good embellishment kit, okay, that matches, everything matches. But y'all know I also love my own thing. Now I also have, I don't know if you'd call them kits. Would you call them kits? Like printout sheets. This one happens to be by Brooke. I have lots of Patreon printout sheets where artists put out, or creators put out, like a monthly kit, and everything matches. Like your days may match, there's some artwork. I love those too. So this is a very hard question for me to answer because I like both. I love using a kit, and I love using my own stuff, either stuff I've made or like clusters. That's fun. That's stuff I make, little hand things, whatever, or mismatching stuff, stickers, all the kind of stuff. So I like an ephemera kit as well as my own piecing together of stuff. Number 10 is, do you enjoy prompts? And do they inspire projects or prompt inspired projects? Of course. You already know that. We went through that a lot. I love a good prompt. I love journaling prompts. I love art prompts. I love like stash prompts. Like, again, using a certain item every month. That in essence is a prompt because it's giving you some place to start. It's giving you something to put on that page. Yes to that question. I do enjoy a good prompt. Okay. And what do you enjoy most about making journals? That is an interesting question because I am clear it is not the journaling. So I would have to say it's definitely the creative part of it. The journaling I can do anywhere, and I do. I journal in, like I often share, other places. So it's not the journaling necessarily, which is also why in some of my current journals, which I don't even have. That's also why the journaling comes last for me on some of these pages. And like, as an example, like is very minimal on some of my pages, right? Like there's like a journal prompt, and then there's like a little bit about my day. The rest of this was creative. The rest of it's creative. And so that is what I enjoy. Now, I will say with this type of daily journaling, this creative memory journaling, I do really enjoy the memories, because even without writing, I have these memories. And that's where I found kind of this this balance between scrapbooking and journaling. Once I started incorporating pictures in here, and I found a place to document these not only highlights or like bigger things in our life, but daily memories like this, that is what I enjoy most. Because when I look back, I'll remember this was my first day at this new site, and this sweet child made this art for me. Like, so I guess the actual answer to that question about what I enjoy most is having the memories. And so I'm super grateful to this community and to everyone who shares your journey with it, and for this amazing space that we get to kind of share our memories and creativity with others. But that's not why I do it. I do it because I really enjoy having the memory of those special little moments throughout the days and remembering what happened a year ago or whatever. I mean, it's very much like if you have different social media platforms and it pops up like, on this day a year ago, this happened, and that picture comes up or whatever. It's like that. But it's like forever in here. And I really enjoy that. So that being said, this took forever and I'm really sorry, but I really enjoyed finding these old journals for you guys. And I just thought it was kind of worth going through them. So again, this hashtag is my journal journey. It's a crafting tag by the Crafty Bookworm. I again was tagged by Kari, and I am leaving this tag here for sweet Lydia at February and June. I will pass along the questions, and I cannot wait to see your video as well. So thanks again, Kari. I really appreciate you tagging me, and I apologize for the delay, and I really appreciate everyone being here. So if you have questions, let me know below. Let me know your thoughts if I should rip up that journal. I think I already know my answer, but let me know your thoughts, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Have a great day, and I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care.